Welcome to the premiere of See Hope Grow. My name is Sam Randall, and I'm excited to be joining you tonight from inside one of our TreeHouse sites. I'm an area director with TreeHouse and part of the team that has the privilege to meet with and serve more than 3,000 teens at over 50 sites across the country. We love teens, and we want teens, all teens, to believe in their God-given value and worth, their capabilities, and their potential. But teens today are uniquely impacted by hopelessness. It shows up as a tangle of lies and pain that holds people back. And if hopelessness takes root, it can affect the rest of their lives. TreeHouse is on a mission to end hopelessness among teens. Ending hopelessness isn't something you do at a distance. It's up close and personal. We are in this with teens, meeting with them face to face. Some of that has looked a little different this past year. Like the rest of the world, we've had to pivot and adjust. We've had to be flexible, but we've never stopped meeting with teens, connecting with them one-to-one, and creating space for teens to share with and support each other. We ran support groups online, shared encouragement through Instagram videos and TikTok, and met with our teens over FaceTime. We made it work. And we've needed to adapt and change how we connect with you. Over the past year at one of these virtual events, we would tell you all about TreeHouse. We'd talk about our programs, tell you about teens, and share a story or two of how lives are impacted. All that is great. We love telling people about what we do. But tonight, we want it to be as up close and personal for you as it is for us. We don't want to leave you feeling like you're at an arm's length. So tonight, we're breaking down barriers. We're not just going to tell you about TreeHouse, we're going to show you TreeHouse. We want you to experience TreeHouse. So we're taking a little journey together. We're stepping inside a program night at TreeHouse, this very one I'm sitting in. We want you to see firsthand what happens every week at TreeHouse sites across the country. And since it's a program night and we have teens, staff, and volunteers together already, we invited all of them to join us for this premiere. So to everyone watching from one of our TreeHouses, you are the stars tonight. Glad to have you join us. See Hope Grow is about the community it takes to end hopelessness among teens. Staff, volunteers, mentors, partner churches, and the teens all coming together to see hope grow. It's about the little moments that add up to something big. Individual conversations, moments of connection. Tonight, we'll start our journey in the vans as TreeHouse staff head around the community to pick up teens. We'll sit together with teens for a meal, watching them connect with one another over a bag of chips and some chicken sandwiches. We'll see mentors and volunteers catching up with their teens, staff reminding teens of who they are and all they're worth. And we'll go right inside a support group, listening in as teens open up with one another and find support. And in all these moments, we'll see hope. We'll see community. We'll see teens learning to know a loving God, build resiliency, develop healthy relationships, and plan for the future. Tonight, we're going to experience TreeHouse and see hope grow.
A program night starts long before we get to TreeHouse. It starts in a van, lots of vans. We pull up to schools, apartment complexes, pull into driveways, and one by one, teens get in. Sometimes the conversations are silly, sometimes they're deep. The important thing is that we're together. We're connecting about our days, connecting about our lives, and we're on our way to TreeHouse. A site might meet in a church or in a private building, but wherever we meet, one thing is always the same. This is a space where teens know they belong. It's program night at TreeHouse, and all are welcome here.
When I first walked in to TreeHouse, there was so much chaos, but like a fun chaos, you know? And so I was like, wow, these people are really fun and free to be themselves.
If someone asked me about TreeHouse, I would just say if you want to feel loved, just walk in that front door. Everyone cares about you no matter what.
It's like a family here. Like, you always feel welcome no matter what, you know? Like, doesn't matter your race, your identity, how you dress, where you came from. Like, you're always welcome here. I come as much as I can. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then if there's something that I can do on Wednesdays, I come.
A night at TreeHouse usually kicks off with some games. Teens blow off steam and laugh together. It isn't about being good. This isn't about skill or winning or losing. It's about cheering each other on. It's about trying new things and not being worried if you make the shot or not. It's about having fun. And if you're a teen, having fun often includes food. So at TreeHouse, we eat together. Dinner is dropped off by volunteers or picked up from local restaurants. And over a chicken sandwich, a slice of pizza, or whatever a volunteer brings in that night, we build community.
Welcome to TreeHouse!
That sense of community continues as we move into large group time. Teens stand up in front and give announcements every week. We welcome new people to TreeHouse, asking weird questions and playing silly icebreakers, all so we can get to know them. Laughter fills the room as teens feel safe being exactly who they are. TreeHouse leaders share lessons from our curriculum library, connecting with teens about the things they deal with every day. Topics like making positive choices, integrity, self-esteem, and conflict resolution. Our grace-based programs and environments help teens believe in their God-given value and worth, their capabilities, and their potential. And no matter what teens are facing, staff and volunteers are ready to meet teens where they are, sharing stories with one another, leading large group discussions. Everyone has a voice at TreeHouse. Everyone has a story to share.
Make you drive in the snow.
Around November, I lost my cousin. And I came to TreeHouse and opened up about it, and I was just very supported, and just people just told me I'm not alone. There was somebody else who went through death in their family too. Because if you really think you're alone going through that, you learn to hate the world. But when you come to TreeHouse and you know there's people going through the same thing as you, it really just helps you just push through, you know. Just makes you know that you're not alone.
TreeHouse has definitely changed a lot in me. It gave me hope for myself. I've been in and out of treatment multiple times for drug addiction and eating disorders. I got in trouble with the law a while. There's a bit where I had a little ankle monitor and I'd be coming to TreeHouse. But yeah, TreeHouse has definitely helped me a lot through that and a whole bunch of other issues, so.
Sharing happens in a special way as we transition into a dedicated time simply called support group. We settle into couches, literally forming a circle of support around one another.
Support group, I'd say, is a really open and honest place. Like, there really is no judgment. I feel like I can be completely myself, and, you know, it's confidential, you know. No, it's not. I have faith that it's not gonna get out, and it never has, you know. And you can really get you really do heal from it when you, like, get that support, because other people have been through it too, and you don't realize that till you're there and talking about it. And no one really just sits down and talks about real life and real emotions day to day. Like, it's not really a casual thing to do with friends, but it's needed.
Oh my gosh.
That kind of openness and conversation is carefully guided. Adult staff and volunteers sit side by side with teens. The adults come just as they are too, eager to listen, eager to learn, honored to be part of this special time.
Support groups on program night. The students have a chance to share about their week, to be vulnerable, to be open. A lot of times it's super raw. It's sad, it could be sad, it's vulnerable, but there's other times where we're celebrating successes, and it's just super fun. You never know what's going to happen in a support group, which is what I love about it, because it is always a humbling experience. I learned so much from the students.
So we go in a room, and then we go in a circle, and everyone tells, like, how their week was and stuff, and, like, we rate it, and then after the rating, we tell our emotions, like how we felt about the week.
I'm Sincere.
Hi, Sincere.
I'll rate my week at 9.5.
Hi, my name is Sienna.
Hi, Sienna.
I rate my week 9, actually. It was happy, exciting, and interesting.
I'm Joey.
Hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey.
I rate my week like an 8. I applied for a job and I got a job, so I'm kind of anxious and just tired. I've been really tired, but kind of excited and nervous. Like, excited to start a job and then nervous to start a job, but that's really it.
And then after that, we asked, like, does anybody, like, want time to, like, you know, talk about it?
Okay, what thoughts go through your mind about yourself with that?
That I'm not enough for him. Oh, you got it.
Can anyone relate to
When teens request time, it's simply a way of saying that they have more they want to talk about. They want to give voice to something that is on their minds, something exciting that happened that day, or something they are worried might happen tomorrow. You can feel the support in that room. Feel it through a gentle question, in a silence that lingers, in locking eyes with someone across the room. Because even when wearing masks, the connection is strong. We are for each other. We find common ground in our feelings. We relate to one another's experiences. And in these moments, teens know they are not alone.
At the beginning of support group, they don't really like share that much, but once they get into it and once they start going more and more, they start to get more open, and we start to get to see more and more of people, and it's just, we get to see kind of people turn into a butterfly. I don't know how else to put it, but we just get to see people change.
My social worker sent me here, or recommended me to go here, so I said okay, and I just came here. Before TreeHouse, it was really hard for me to open up. What made it easier, or what made it different, was I just kept coming here, and I learned to slowly open up. And I found out that it doesn't matter if you're weird. How I've changed from coming to TreeHouse is I do not do crime anymore because I used to be a bad child. Also, I am a lot more positive, I would say. A lot more willing to open up, be more happy around other people.
We all go through stuff, right? I have something to give, something that we can pour into the next generation.
We're not just in it with these students for a weekend or for one trip or for one night or just we're trying to be in their lives that maybe they'd reach out when they're getting married and invite us to their wedding, you know what I mean, things like that. And so just that TreeHouse really invests in the students. It's not a one and done or a quick fix. It's teaching them tools. It's building relationships for a lifetime.
When we're able to kind of dig deep and root ourselves within their lives, they know that we're that stable person that they could talk to and that they could share something with, so that if they ever need help, that we could be there for them. Because that one-to-one relationship, that deep relationship you get, expands their mind of what other possibilities that they have.
I want to make sure that they're excited to be here and want to come back, that they get to see their friends, whether it's a volunteer or a peer. I just want them to know it's a safe place that they can come and hang out and laugh, and then they always want to be back.
Building relationships is key to the TreeHouse model. Every teen is paired with a mentor who they see at program night and also connect with one-to-one during the week. Over coffee, through a text, on the phone, someone they can count on. And teens also learn to count on each other.
Even though an adult can be supportive and can pour into them, there are so many times that only a student will understand what they specifically are going through, and it could be a peer who is going through the exact same thing. And I think that as adults, we can pour into them, but we're not going to school with them specifically. We're not with them all 24/7 when they're hanging out with those friends. And so I think for a student to be able to step out of their comfort zone to comfort a friend in a friend group, I think is very powerful.
Whenever I do tell parts of my story to all the teens at TreeHouse, they all just come and give me all the love and support that I could ever ask for. They understand to the fullest extent of what I'm going through and kind of what, from their experiences, needs to be said or done, and can help guide me into the light again.
When I tell somebody that I volunteer with teens, they're like, oh my goodness, why teens? And I'm like, they're so much fun and there's so much we can learn from them, you guys. They are eager to speak to somebody, to just tell somebody their story, to tell somebody what they're feeling, just to have somebody to listen to them. You don't always get that with an adult. You say hi to an adult, how are you? Oh, good, good, I'm good. Where the teens, they might say good, but if you ask a few more questions, they're more than willing to open up.
How we view ourselves is how we're going to typically act. So I see a lot of the kids that I work with, they may not believe in themselves. They might be doing bad in school, or they're hearing messages from home or from friends, and they take on those identities and they live it out. So sometimes I'm like, I don't blame you for doing drugs, or I don't blame you for failing school right now, because no one has told you that you could do it or that you could get out of that addiction. And so I think having that identity and instilling identity into them is the most transformational thing, which is why we tell kids the TreeHouse truths every single week, because it's like, man, if you embody those things and if you believe that you have a future, all of a sudden your whole life looks different.
I've learned the TreeHouse truths, which is we are lovable, capable, worthwhile, loved without strings, not alone, and we have a future. So I just kind of brought that into my own life and just remembered that that's what TreeHouse is teaching us.
If they believe it, we have a better chance to believe that we are great and wonderful and amazing and beautiful, all those things. Because when people are putting those things in your mind and people are putting good things into your soul, I guess, it's just a way for you to start believing in yourself more. When somebody else believes in you, you start to believe in yourself because you see that other people have that faith in you.
TreeHouse truths aren't simply what we believe about teens. They help teens view themselves how God sees them, how they were created to be. And while all teens are welcomed at TreeHouse, no matter their background or beliefs, we try to introduce teens to a loving God who they can rely on and trust.
TreeHouse has supported me for like the entire time I've been coming. They talk about like God in a way that nobody else really talks about. They talk about God like he's a friend rather than like authority. And I needed to hear that he's a friend, that he's walking alongside of me in this mess that I'm in, and he's feeling the same feelings that I'm feeling. And I didn't really like know that before. So it was really, they opened up God to me.
So often I hear kids say, I don't think I'm gonna make it till I'm 18. And it's like, man, if you could see how Jesus sees you, your whole life would be different, because you would see a future, you would see hope, you would see that it could get better.
When a teen leaves TreeHouse, I guess always my prayer and my hope is that they feel hope. I mean, the mission is to end hopelessness among teens. And, you know, whether it was a hard day, whether it was a great day, just knowing they've got people, you know, whether it's just one time a week or one time a month, they're able to make it. So just hope for the night, hope for tomorrow, hope for their future.
Hope. It's what we want teens to take in their hearts as we wrap up program night. Teens say goodbye to each other, to their mentors, sharing more laughter and words of encouragement. They head back to the vans and back to their homes, but taking with them the community they built at TreeHouse.
I think TreeHouse exists because there's a lot of broken teens and that need helping, and there's also teens that want to learn about God and, well, like everything.
They really like care about you at TreeHouse. Like, and TreeHouse is basically like no person, like no man left behind. Like, they won't, like, even like if like someone were to leave TreeHouse, like they would still like hit you up on your phone and stuff.
I'd say TreeHouse is my family.
The TreeHouse model works. 50 sites and growing across the country in urban, rural, suburban communities. They all carry the same mission: to end hopelessness among teens. It's a big mission, but we move toward it together as teens see the possibility in themselves and each other, as communities advocate for teens. Together, we can see hope grow. Every teen has a future, and we get to be part of their story.
As you saw tonight, it takes a community to see hope grow. We say that because it's true. We can't do this without you. And we want you to experience more of what you experienced tonight. We want you to be a part of this mission to end hopelessness among teens. If you are ready to dive in tonight, I want to give you a few ways that you can get involved. First, would you consider volunteering? You can volunteer to make a meal, connect with teens at our weekly program, or learn how to become a mentor and build relationships with teens one-to-one. There are countless ways you can volunteer with TreeHouse. We'd love to help get you connected. Second, are you able to give financially to see TreeHouse programs continue and expand to reach more teens? TreeHouse now has more than 50 sites across the country, and we want to see that number double over the next few years. We need partners who are willing to invest in this mission. Or could you be an advocate for teens in your community? We need TreeHouse everywhere so that we can serve more teens, and we need community advocates everywhere to spread the word. If you want to bring TreeHouse to your community or are interested in learning about how you can use our programs within your existing youth group, let's talk. You can find links for all these ways to get involved on our website. Thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight for the premiere of See Hope Grow. Thank you to all our teams, staff, volunteers, and partners who are out there watching. It's a privilege to do what we do. We are so grateful for the teens who trust us and are willing to be open and real with us. We love you. Have a great night, everyone.